Morning everyone, Lawrence here from the Australian Trade and Logistics Corporation. One of the benefits around being part of this awesome community of Australian importers, exporters, is that we get to be exposed to all the latest service providers, all the latest products and innovations around international trade, supply chain, logistics. So it makes sense then for us to help our importers and exporters with their tender processes. There are a lot of companies, no matter how big or small, we always benefit from going out to market on a regular basis and making sure they're keeping all the incumbent service providers on their toes, but importantly, they're actually checking out how things have changed in the marketplace and how they can take that into their business and therefore improve the customer service. You know, if you look at the slide behind me, it's a really funny one, a bit cheeky, but the reality is this. Companies say, yeah, look, we're all good, you know, we're happy with the people we're using, we're happy with the processes. That's great, but the reality is you need to keep making sure you're doing a bit of a check in the market where you sit, where your providers sit, and what's available to you, because you know people are busy, but they could be busy doing the wrong things or having not the right latest service providers or products in their toolkit to help grow their business. Whether you're an importer or exporter, you want to be able to make sure you've got an agile supply chain, great inventory. You want to get your products out to your customers as quickly, smoothly, and as visibly as possible these days. Communication is critical. Technology plays a big part now in doing that. So, you know, the saying that, oh yeah, look, we're busy and we're okay, it just doesn't cut it. There's a reason why big companies go out to market every couple of years. They do it because they've invested so much time, data, analysis around how they can get the best and make those 1%ers become 5-10%ers throughout their tender process. So, you know, you really take a look at why the big companies do it, apply that to you guys at SME world, or even with big companies that we work with at ATLC. Get on board, we can help you create an awesome tender management process to get the best out of the market. It's really, again, going from where you are now, you could be great, you could be doing even better, but you want to get the best and you want to be the best. So you need the right service providers and products and people around you as well. The main common one that we're launching obviously is freight forwarding. Your air freight, your sea freight is a big spend of importers and exporters. So how you can get the most out of the productivity, the cost savings, but also the service. You know, everyone can move product from A to B, but you really need to have what are they offering you from a visibility point of view? What are their KPIs? What are their service level agreements? How are they working and integrating into your platforms as a business? So freight forwarding, yeah, it's a nuts and bolts operation, but you need to make sure they're getting the right mix of the service and pricing for your business. Not necessarily the cheapest, but you have to get the right service provider who matches the needs of your business. Similarly, so many importers and exporters now are outsourcing their warehousing requirements. It makes sense, you know, Australia is a very expensive real estate market. To have a warehouse, to have it inefficient or not utilised in the right space, you might have health and safety things that you've got to keep investing money and time into equipment, training, a whole range of risk and liabilities that go with that. So many companies, again, small or large, are outsourcing their warehousing functions to 3PLs and specific warehouse service providers. So we can help you with that as well and really get the best fit. Again, it's a really important part, the right fit for your business and what they need. The other part is, you know, really critical now. You know, consumers demand awesome visibility. They want domestic transport, last mile fulfillment. It's a bit of a buzzword, fulfillment, but the reality is you just want to get your product safely, quickly, and with great visibility and tracking to your end user and your end customer as quickly as possible. So this is really the service end of the business. All the other stuff impacts it for sure, but you want to make sure that your domestic transport, your last mile fulfillment, those service providers really represent you guys as your importers and exporters to your end customer. So a critical part, and we can help you define who the right players are for your business. Not only the service providers and looking at what's out there in the market, looking internally at your business and how it's changed or evolved is really important. So, you know, companies who used to import into one state and have a couple of warehouses or distribution partners in other states, that may have been 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago. What you need to do now is what we do. We've got a range of experts who we can bolt onto your business and offer to say, look, let's do a network study. Let's see where your sales are happening, what stock you need to have where and why, what's fast moving, what's slow moving, and we can create a distribution model that you have to continually look at, for sure. It's again part of the tender management process, but it can actually optimize and fine tune your costs, your service, and real inventory control as well. So you don't have all this old stock lying around in a warehouse that's costing you money. So the distribution modeling is a really powerful tool that we can help you with as an importer and exporter to really sharpen your distribution, service and cost. How it works. Effectively what we do with ATLC, we've got a range of expert facilitators who have got a whole range of background in international trade, supply chain, logistics, RFQ management, RFP development, analysis. So we're experts who can help your business. We have a real simple recipe. It's really about understanding what your current providers and products are doing, what those contracts look like, where your business is at now, where it needs to be in the future, and what requirements and capabilities those service providers need to offer you to move forward in the future and take your business to the next level where you want it to go. So, and then we'll look at where your spend is, so where the spend is happening, and that's not just on rate cards. That's about, let's look at where the bottlenecks, where the inventory opportunities, where the distribution opportunities that you haven't thought of before, or your service providers haven't worked with you on enough, and we can actually be that independent sort of sounding board to really try and fine tune a lot of things. And then once we've got, what you're currently doing, where you want to be, how you spend and bottlenecks are currently looking, then we'll create a bespoke RFQ process. So we'll design all the documentation, create the rate cards, the templates, the response forms. We'll put that out to the market, and we'll actually select with you, the importer exporter, who the right type of providers are. We'll have a provider selection matrix, and then we'll work on their responses, create a short list, a weighted scorecard, and we'll present that to you, the importer exporter. So look, here are the people who've, through all the sifting and sorting, have come out as the most likely candidates to work with you, and now we'll take you through the next journey where you actually shortlist them, get them to come in and do presentations with us and then you make all the decisions. So as an importer and exporter, you're fully empowered, but you've got the best people around you to give you the most relevant, latest, up-to-date advice and really international trade logistics expertise to take your business to the next level. So it's a real simple fit. Makes sense to outsource this. You don't need to be tied down. You don't need to be experts in what's going on in the market. That's what ATLC is about. We're empowering importers and exporters to get the very most out of the community, and we're empowering the service providers and product providers to show their stuff, to strut their stuff to importers and exporters as well. So this is a no-brainer. Look forward to helping you with your import-export business and growing it, getting the most out of all the service and products out there in the marketplace. Get in touch and look forward to helping you. Take care. Cheers.